Haribo. So Haridas Thakur is saying, we do not know your intentions. No one can ascertain the depth of your will. No one can understand that. And therefore, we don't know what your purpose is. Like deeply, the whole infinite, broad understanding of the purpose of the Lord isn't, no one can possibly conceive of that. But we are being moved by you. And then Mahaprabhu says, and then Haridas Thakur continues, my dear sir, since you, a great personality, have accepted Sanatana Goswami, he is greatly fortunate. No one can be as fortunate as he. Okay, text 92. Tabe Mahaprabhu kari duhare alingana, majahna karite utti karila gamana. Thus Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced both Haridas Thakur and Sanatana Goswami, and then got up and left to perform his noon duties. Sanatane kahe Haridasa kari alingana, tomara bhagyera simana jaya katana. My dear Sanatan, Haridas Thakur said, embracing him, no one can find the limits of your good fortune. Tomar deha kahena prabhu mora nijadana, toma shama bhagyavana hikona jana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has accepted your body as his own property. Therefore, no one can equal you in good fortune. Nija dehe je karjana parena karite, se karya karaibe toma seha maturate. What Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot do with his personal body, he wants to do through you, and he wants to do it in Mathura. Je karaite chahe Ishwara se siddha hoy, tomara so bhagya e kahilo nishchoy. Whatever the Supreme Personality of Godhead wants us to do will successfully be accomplished. This is your great fortune. That is my mature opinion. Means considered. It is my deeply considered opinion that whatever the Lord wants to do through someone, that thing will be done. Bhakti Siddhanta Shastra Achara Nirnay Tomada Dware Karibaina Bajilu Ashai. I can understand from the words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he wants you to write books about the conclusive decision of devotional service and about the regulated principles ascertained from the revealed scriptures. So this is a great wonder that Mahaprabhu has given to us. Through Sanatana Goswami, we understand the conclusions of the scriptures, and very carefully he has set out how devotional service is the conclusion of all the revealed scriptures. This is not just one statement that everyone has, of course, if they have that kind of sukriti, they will immediately understand that. But he's giving so much evidence. And the regulated principles, meaning how to live, how to practice devotional service. Amara e deha prabhura karyena lagila, parata bhumite janmi e deha vyarta haila. My body could not be used in the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, although it took birth in the land of India, this body has been useless. This is what Srila Haridas Thakur is saying. And of course, it is stated in the scriptures the importance or the great fortune of being born in India. So he's saying, I was born in India, but the Lord is not able to use my body He's not using my body. But of course that's not true. But from the point of view of his own self, he's feeling this way. Sanatana kahe toma shama keva achayana Mahaprabhu ragani tumi mahabhagyavan. Sanatana Goswami replied, O Haridas Thakur, who is equal to you? You are one of the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore you are the most fortunate. Avatara karya prabhurana me prachare Se nija karya prabhu karena tomara dware. I'm going to just, oh well, that's okay. I'm kind of in my own shadow here. Never mind, I'll just move this up.
Your own shadow, you said?
Oh, it's okay. It's because this light is on, which is very good. But I'm not used to it, so I couldn't understand why I was making a shadow. But that's okay. No. All right. Okay. Thank you. Avatara karya prabhura nama prachare Se nija karya prabhu karena tomara dware. So Srila Sanatana Goswami is saying to Haridas Thakur, can you imagine what he will say?
No.
To glorify Haridas Thakur, how the Lord is using him completely. This surrendered soul is being moved by Mahaprabhu. The mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for which he has descended, is to spread the importance of chanting the holy name of the Lord. Now, instead of personally doing so, he is spreading it through you. Therefore, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur. Pratyaha karatina lakshanama sankirtana sabara age karanamera mahima katana. My dear sir, you are chanting the holy name 300,000 times daily and are informing everyone of the importance of such chanting. Apane achare keha na kare prachara, prachara kare na keha na kare na acharya. Some behave very well but do not preach the cult of Krishna consciousness, whereas others preach but do not behave properly. Achara prachara namera karaha dui karya, tumi sarva guru, tumi jagatera arya. You simultaneously perform both duties in relation to the holy name by your personal behavior and by your preaching. Therefore, you are the spiritual master of the entire world, for you are the most advanced devotee in the world. Sanatana Goswami clearly defines here in the bona fide spiritual master of the world. The qualifications expressed in this connection is that one must act according to the scriptural injunctions and at the same time preach. So that's acharya. E mati dui jananana katarange, Krishna kata asvadaya rahyakashange. In this way, the two of them passed their time discussing subjects concerning Krishna. Thus they enjoyed life together. Jatra kale aila shabagodera bhaktagana, purvavad kaila shabirata jatra darashana. During the time of Ratha Yatra, all the devotees arrived from Bengal to visit the car festival as they had done previously. Rata agre prabhutaiche karila nartana, deki chamatkara haila sanatanera mana. During the Ratha Yatra festival, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again danced before the car of Jagannath. When Sanatana Goswami saw this, his mind was astonished. Vahashara charimasa rahila shabani jabhaktagane, Shabashange Prabhu Milaila Sanatane. The Lord's devotees from Bengal stayed at Jagannath Puri during the 4 months of the rainy season, And Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced Sanatana Goswami to them all. So this is clearly the first time that Srila Sanatana Goswami has seen the Rath Yatra with Mahaprabhu chanting like he does in inconceivable divine love before the cart of Jagannath. So the Lord's devotees from Bengal stayed at Jagannath Puri during the 4 months of the rainy season, and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced Sanatana Goswami to them all. Advaita Nityananda Srivasa Prakvakreshwara Vasudeva Murari Raghava Damodara Puri Bharati Swarupa Pandita Gadadhara Sarvabhauma Ramananda Jagarananda Shankara Kashishwara Govindari Jata Bhaktagana Shabashane Sanatanera Karaila Milana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced Sanatana Goswami to these other selected devotees: Advaita Acharya, Nityananda Prabhu, Srivas Thakur, Vakreshwar Pandit, Vasudev Datta, Murari Gupta, Raghava Pandit, Damodar Pandit, Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, Swarup Damodar, Gadadhar Pandit, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Rai, Jagadananda Pandit, Shankar Pandit, and Kashishwar and Govinda. Jata Yogya Karaila Shabara Charana Vandana Tare Karaila Shabara Kripara Bhajana. The devotees asked Sanatana Goswami to offer obeisances to the devotees in a way that befitted each one. Thus he introduced Sanatana Goswami to them all, just to make him an object of their mercy. So Mahaprabhu wanted all of the devotees to see Sanatana Goswami, and it is natural for them to give their mercy. This is their very nature. He wanted each one of them to see Sanatana Goswami, and thus he will become a recipient of their merciful heart. Sadgune Panditya Sabara Priya Sanatana Jata Yogya Kripa Maitri Gaurava Bhajana. Sanatana Goswami was dear to everyone because of his exalted qualities and learning. Suitably, therefore, they bestowed upon him mercy, friendship, and honor. So again, he was dear to them because of his divine learning, his divine knowledge. And as we're hearing again and again, this knowledge is something which is descending. It is not simply scholarship. His scholarship was so vast, it's not humanly possible. And the conclusions that he gave are, it's beyond genius. This is all descending mercy. And suitably, they bestowed upon him mercy, friendship, and honor. Shakala Vaishnava Jabe Goda Deshe Gela Sanatana Mahaprabhura Charane Rahila. When all the other devotees returned to Bengal after the Rath Yatra festival, Sanatana Goswami stayed under the care of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Dola Yatra Adi Prabhura Shange Te Dekila Dine Dine Prabhu Shange Ananda Badila. Sanatana Goswami observed the Dol Yatra festival with Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this way, his pleasure increased in the company of the Lord. So we are not endowed with Ananda. The jiva does not have Ananda as part of his quality. Is that clear to everyone?
What?
The jiva has Ananda as part of his qualities.
It doesn't have.
Oh, it doesn't?
What does Ananda mean again?
It means extreme joyfulness. The jiva has sat and chit, which means he exists eternally and he has awareness of himself. He is conscious, but he is not by nature joyful. We are always seeking Ananda, but we are seeking it in the wrong places. And as we were discussing on Wednesday, if we are seeking joy in a temporary thing, what will it cause? It will cause fear.
Joy.
Huh?
Temporary joy.
And fear.
Only temporary, yeah.
It will cause fear and frustration.
But it's only temporary.
And actually madness, eventually. So we are really warned about this in Bhagavad Gita, and we keep putting that trust and faith in temporary things, that this is going to give me complete satisfaction and joyfulness in my heart. It's not possible. So we are to look for the Lord. He is Ananda personified. Jaishtamashe Prabhu Jameshwara Tota Aila Bhakta Anurode Taha Bhiksha Je Karila. In that month of May, June, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to the garden of Yameshwar, Lord Shiva, and accepted prasadam there at the request of the devotees. Madhyana Bhikshakale Sanatane Bolaila Prabhu Bolaila Tara Ananda Badila. At noon, when it was time for lunch, the Lord called for Sanatana Goswami, whose happiness increased because of the call. Madhyane Samudra Balu Hanya Che Agni Sama Sepate Sanatana Karila Gamana. So Sanatana Goswami now was being called by Mahaprabhu to take his lunch. But Sanatana Goswami never went where the pujaris and servants of Lord Jagannath would be walking, because he felt that he would cause disturbance to them. So he walked at noon along the beach, and the sand was red hot. At noon, the sand on the beach was as hot as fire. But Sanatana Goswami came by that path. Prabhu bolana che anandita mane tapta valukate papode tahanahi jane. Overwhelmed by joy at being called by the Lord, Sanatana Goswami did not feel that his feet were burning in the hot sand. So this is possible. And these great Vaishnavas, we see this quality in them often, that their ecstatic love for the Lord is so much that their absorption in that is that they don't notice sometimes what is going on with their body. Duipaye pokshahaila tabugela prabhustane bhikshakari mahaprabhu karyachena bishrame. Although the soles of his feet were blistered because of the heat, he nevertheless went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There he found that the Lord, having taken his lunch, was resting. Bhiksha avashesha patra govinda tare dila prasada panya sanatana prabhu pashe aila. Govinda gave Sanatana Goswami the plate with the remnants of Lord Chaitanya's food. After taking the prasadam, Sanatana Goswami approached Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, let me see. I can stop here and then we'll hear the rest of this pastime of Srila Sanatana Goswami's divine quality and divine love of Mahaprabhu, so much so. He's so absorbed in the joy of being called by the Lord and the prospect of going and rendering service to the Lord in so many different kinds of friendly and many, many kinds of ways. he did not notice that his feet were being actually burned to the stage of blistering. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj ki jai, Srila Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. So these are very unusual things, but they're not in themselves the glories of the devotee. They're simply symptomatic. We're not interested in ordinary miracles. But these symptoms may come to our eyes that indicate something far more astonishing in their hearts. So we're not, trying to get ourselves excited over miracles. But these things do happen as part of their divine pastimes. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yeah.
Jai, jai, jai. Now it's Sunday, so we get to feast on Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita. This is our initial feast for the Sunday feast. Now we are come to the place in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita called Bhakta, the devotee. And now, Lord, on the recommendation of Sadashiva, Narada Muni has come to meet with Prahlad Maharaj. And Lord Shiva, we remember, told Narada, but don't praise him. Don't praise Prahlad. He won't like it. It would be very uncomfortable for him. But Narada, overwhelmed, is definitely praising Prahlad Maharaj. You cannot help it. Even though he is the guru, he's actually the guru of Prahlad. Of course, Prahlad is now objecting very much to these praises. And so this conversation is going on. So, Jai Srila Sanatana Goswami ki jai. Now we're hearing how Sanatana Goswami is meeting with Mahaprabhu and staying with Mahaprabhu in Puri. And he has given us this book by the grace of Mahaprabhu. So this is on page 278. Material existence is like the river Vaitarani, which is the gateway to the court of death. So there are many kinds of rivers in the universe. And this Vaitarani must be crossed to enter into the abode of death. And he's saying material existence, the whole of material existence is like this river. Everything is leading to death. In general, material life on earth is full of suffering, no less so than life in the subterranean realms of hell. Therefore, although immune to these dangers, for our benefit, Prahlad speaks, as if fearing the troubles he can expect in various births and deaths. He is not afraid of anything. And that's not some Kshatriya quality. This is his divine quality of understanding, because he's completely situated at the holy lotus feet of the Lord. Everything to him is positive and divine. That's real fearlessness. But he is speaking as though, now many births I will have to undergo, I'm such a sinful person. But he's not, he's speaking to give an understanding to us that this is our situation. And he also has those feelings, but he's not afraid of that. Therefore, although immune to these dangers, for our benefit, Prahlad speaks as if fearing the troubles he can expect in various births and deaths, and he presents himself as befooled. as fooled, like most people, who deal with one another either as enemies or as friends, and who are thereby bewildered in all circumstances. So we hear Krishneti Asugiritam Manasadriyeta, that verse that we've been studying in Upadeshamrita, and that is, Ananya Manya Nindadi Shunya Hridamipsita Sangalabja. The great soul has no envy of anyone. He does not think of someone as his friend for some material reason, and someone as his enemy for some material reason. So he's not praising or criticizing anyone. He doesn't see anything in that way. He's seeing everything from the perspective of divine love, from an absolute perspective. And therefore he's not bewildered ever at all in any circumstance. So he has no fear of anything. And he certainly showed that. Prahlad addresses Lord Nrsimha as Parachara, one who is situated on the other side of the Vaitarini river, or in other words, in the eternally free realm of Vaikuntha. Expressing his own pain at seeing the suffering of other souls in the material world, Prahlad requests the Lord to please carry them across to safety. He then further prays, O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, original spiritual master of the entire world, what is the difficulty for you, who manage the affairs of the universe, in delivering the fallen souls engaged in your devotional service? You are the friend of all suffering humanity. And for great personalities, it is necessary to show mercy to the foolish. Saying you are a great personality, it is it is felt as a necessity to you. Therefore, I think that you will show your causeless mercy to persons like us who engage in your service. Here, Prahlad addresses Lord Nrsimhadev as the spiritual master of all souls, implying that it is quite befitting for him to show mercy to everyone without exception. So the Guru is always affectionate and always ready to serve, to give his mercy to his disciples. But he's saying you are the Guru of the whole universe. Of course it's naturally befitting for you to be merciful to those, to everyone. And this is Prahlad's prayer. For the Lord to deliver every soul in existence should not be a great endeavor, because he creates, maintains, and destroys universes as a mere sport. It's not even like work. And even less difficult should it be for the Lord to deliver his own devotees and his servants like Prahlad, who considers himself a fallen demon with one good qualification of being Narada Muni's faithful disciple. Any questions about any of that? Text number 11. Ya pitava shungri sharoja dushchai gachan vanang naimishakam kadachit narayane nahavato shitena proktastraya hanta sadajitosmi. You once went to the Naimisha forest to have darshan of Narayan, who is known as the Lord in yellow dress. While on the road, you satisfied the Lord in combat, and he told you, yes, I am always conquered by you. Pitabas. There's a devotee named Pitabas. Bas means clothing, and Pita means yellow. So the Lord. Commentary. This incident is recounted in a number of scriptures, including the Vamana Purana, Once Prahlad took a trip to Naimisharanya to see Lord Pitavas, the beautiful form of the Supreme Lord. While traveling on the road, he met a strange person who was dressed like an austere renunciant, but was carrying a warrior's bow and arrows. Prahlad assumed from his person's contradictory attire that he must be some hypocrite, abusing the true principles of religion. And as king, he would be that. Back then, the things were so fine that a person who was had one nature and was presenting himself as having another nature would be punishable. That's how fine the society was. Therefore, Prahlad started a fight with the sannyasi, vowing, "I swear I shall defeat you." But even after several days of dueling, Prahlad could not subdue this adversary. Are you guys hearing this story?
Yes. Do not to do it after days.
Can you imagine? Now, it's so difficult to get everyone to stop murdering and drug taking and all these really serious things. But back then, a hypocrite would be punished by the king. Someone pretending in the dress of one thing, but their nature was another, showing something that's not true. So Prahlad said, "I swear I shall defeat you." Early one morning before resuming the battle, Prahlad worshipped his personal deity. He then saw his opponent standing nearby wearing the same garland he had just offered the deity. Prahlad suddenly recognized that the stranger was Lord Pitavas, Narayana himself. Thereupon, offering prayers to that opponent with all the competence at his command, Prahlad tried to satisfy him. In response, the Lord touched him with his lotus hand, which relieved Prahlad from the fatigue of fighting and from all anxiety. Prahlad asked Lord Pitavas what to do about having transgressed the duty of a Kshatriya by having made a promise, namely to defeat the opponent, and not having fulfilled it. Do you follow? So he's offering the Lord a garland. He sees that this opponent is wearing this garland, and then he realizes, "Oh, you are my Lord." He said, "No, but I swore I would defeat you. And I'm a Kshatriya. When I make a vow, I have to keep that vow. So what should I do?" And the Lord, fully satisfied by the sport of fighting with Prahlad, told him, "But I am always defeated by you." So Jita Ajito, that Ajita, can never be defeated, the Lord, becomes Jita. He is defeated by the love of his devotee. Any question about that? Such a beautiful story, huh? I'm going to tell this story today to the children. Sri Brikshiruvacha evam vadan naradosa hari bhakti rasarnava tannarma sevako nrityan jitam asma biricyarat. Sri Pariksha continued, "Having said this, Narada, the ocean of ecstasies and devotion to Lord Hari, began to dance. That intimate servant of the Lord shouted, 'Conquered by us!' Ajitam. The words jitam asmabi, conquered by us, imply that Narada claimed victory not just for himself and Prahlad, but for all the devotees of Lord Narayan. And he's not saying, "Yay, we're defeating the Lord." He's praising the Lord, that he has such a heart. This is also his praise of the Lord. Oh, he is so wonderful. Shri Narada Uvacha Bo Vaishnava Shesta Jitas Tvayeti Kim Vachya Mukundo Balina Pinirjita Potrena Daiteya Ganasvarena Te Sambrakshiko Dwari Tava Prasadata. Then Narada said, "O best of Vaishnavas, Why should I say that Lord Mukunda has been conquered only by you? Your grandson Bali, chief of the Daityas, has also conquered him. By your grace, Bali keeps the Lord as his doorman. Do you remember this story? Baba Bali Maharaj? So Narada here is saying, why should I say he's only conquered by you? Even your descendants, like Bali Maharaj, they also conquered the Lord. And now he's standing as a doorman at the place of Bali Maharaj, but it is not conceivable by us. Commentary. Okay, now listen, this is the story here. Bali conquered the Lord in the sense of gaining control over him, by which Lord Vamanadev now serves always as Bali's doorkeeper. I mean, and how he's doing that must be completely astonishing and wondrous. Not just standing like a statue the way the doormen do at Buckingham Palace. Since Bali was a leader of the Daityas, the enemies of Lord Vishnu's devotees, he could have obtained this influence only by the Lord's special favor. Sri Prahlad himself explained this while offering prayers to Lord Vamana. Neman virinchula bate prasadam nashirna sarva kemuta pareje yanno suranam asidur gapalo vishva vivanjer abhivanditangri. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are universally worshipped. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva worship your lotus feet. Yet although you are such a great personality, you have kindly promised to protect us, the demons. I think that such kindness has never been achieved, even by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi. What to speak of other demigods or the common people? So this is Prahlad's offering prayers to Lord Vamanadev. The Prahlad Samhita of the Skanda Purana, in the chapters describing the glories of Dwarkadam, also relates the following history. Okay, here's another history. When Dwarka city was once attacked by 10 powerful Daityas. Daityas, do you know this word?
No, what is that? Digest.
So there were two sisters. One was Diti and one was Aditi. And they were both married to Kasyapa Muni. Kasyapa Muni. And one of them, due to her misbehavior, she became she was not following the regulated principles of begetting a good child. So she got two demons as her sons. One was Hiranyaksha and one was Hiranyakashipu. Who of course were Jai and Vijay, having been cursed by the 4 Kumars. And so their descendants are called the Daityas, or the descendants of Diti. Okay? O Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are... Okay, in the Prahlad Samhita there is this story. When Dwarka city was once attacked by 10 powerful Daityas, a committee of residents headed by Durvasa Rishi went in great distress to the abode of Bali Daityaraj. There, the sage Durvasi beseeched Lord Vamanadev to come to Dwarka to defend them, but the Lord replied. So he went to the place of Daityaraj, which is Bali Maharaj, to beseech, to pray to Vamanadev to come and defend Dwarka. And Vamanadev, as we just heard, is standing at the door, or in some kind of wondrous way, acting as the doorman of Bali Maharaj. So he went way down into Patala Loka to ask for the help of Vamanadev. Paradinosmi viprendra bhakti kritos mananyata palera deshakari cha daichendra bhashagohyaham tasma aprartaya viprenda daityam vairochanam balim asya deshad karishyami yat abhishtam tavaduna. O best of Brahmins, I am not independent, because I am purchased by pure devotion, and by that alone I am now the order carrier of Bali. I am completely controlled by that king of the Daityas. So, my dear excellent Brahmin, please go ask the demon Bali, the son of Birochan, and if he orders, I shall at once do whatever you want. They say, I am owned by Bali. If you want me to do something, then he has to give me the order. This is in the Skanda Purana, the Prabhasa Kanda. But when Durvasa submitted his request to Bali Maharaj, Bali refused to give permission for Lord Vamanadev to leave Sutala Loka. Okay, not Patala, Sutala. Even after Durvasa expressed the intention to fast until death, Bali told him. And so now Durvasa said that I'm going to fast until I die. If you don't send Vamanadev, if you don't request Vamanadev to come and protect Dwarka, which is being besieged by these 10 powerful daityas, then I'm just going to stay here and fast. And even after he said that, Bali told him, Yad bhavyam ta bhavatu te, yad jana sitata kuru, brahma rudradinamitam, naham tyakshe padadvayam. Let whatever you intend come about. Are you catching that? So you're saying, okay, if that's what you want to do, I can go ahead.
The king?
You
Who
know,
was saying that?
So, yes, Bali Maharaj is saying this to Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni, then I'm going to fast till I die. He said, well, whatever you want to do, let that happen. Whatever you have in mind, please do that. But I shall never give up the 2 feet at which Brahma, Rudra, and all other demigods bow down. So no, I can never send him anywhere. It's a very nice story. Ita pravritta kartavyo nivaso niyatotrahi maya vibhuya dakshadi sapan yusma prabhavataha. From now on, I intend to stay here permanently with you. But, From now on, I intend to stay here permanently with you. By your power, I shall certainly be able to overcome the curses I receive from Daksha and others. So now Narada is continuing to speak. Narada is saying to Prahlad, from now on, I intend to stay here permanently with you. By your power, I shall certainly be able to overcome the curses I receive from Daksha and others. I mean, Narada Muni is not in the least afraid about curses. But here he's saying, if I'm near you, he's teaching us, if you are near a great devotee in the mood, of course in the mood, in the correct mood, not just like as Srila Guru Maharaj said, a fly can have the personal association of a Vaishnava, but that is not very good association. So he's saying, I'm staying here with you in this mood of love and so on. And then all auspicious things will come. I'm not going to worry about anything. Commentary, not only Daksha, but others have cursed Narada to be unable to stay in one place for more than a short time. Daksha cursed him as follows. Tantu kintanayan nastvam apadram achara punaha tasma loke shute mudha Nabhaved brahmata padam. You have made me lose my sons once, and now you have again done the same inauspicious thing. So Daksha, does anybody know who Daksha is? Daksha is he is a Prajapati. He's the son of Brahma. And some of his sons, who were supposed to fill up the universe with progeny in the beginning of the day of Brahma, sometimes Narada makes them his disciples and they don't get married and they don't do their job. And finally Daksha lost his temper and he says, you have made me lose my sons once and now you have again done the same inauspicious thing. Because he's absorbed in his religious duty and he doesn't know that coming to the holy lotus feet of Narada is far beyond that duty. Therefore, you are a rascal who does not know how to behave towards others. You may travel all over the universe, but I shall curse you to have no residence anywhere. So you can't stay anywhere. And this is the 6th canto of the Bhagavatam. In the allegorical story of King Puranjan, old age, the daughter of time, also curses Narada. And this is also in the Bhagavatam. Statum arhasi naikatra madhya yachya chnya vimukto mune. Because you refused my request to marry me, you will not be able to stay in one place for a long time. Oh my goodness. These stories are amazing. So in this is an allegorical story. It has its reality, but it's a metaphorical story. This particular one about King Puranjan is being told to King Prachinibhari, I think, by Narada. And Narada is saying that time approached, the daughter of time, rather, she approached Narada to marry her, and Narada refused. So she cursed him. Shri Purikshuruvacha svaslaga sahana sakto lajavanamrita tanana pralado naradam natva gauravad avadachanai. Shri Parikshit said, unable to tolerate hearing his own praise, Prahlad lowered his face in embarrassment, bowed down before Narada, and respectfully addressed him in a quiet voice. Prahlad was ashamed to hear himself praised, and he began to think that by speaking such impossible things, Narada must be teasing him. Still he spoke gently, because he had great respect for Narada, his Diksha Guru. Had Prahlad not been addressing such a revered person, Prahlad might have expressed anger by replying in a louder tone. Oh, what are you saying? But in the case of Narada, his guru, he's bowing his head and speaking softly. We will never raise our voice to our guru. Shri Prahladuvacha Bhagavan Shri Guru Sarvang Swayameva Vicharyatam Padyena Sambhavet Krishna Bhaktir Jnanam Api Sputam. Shri Prahlad said, my Lord and spiritual master, please reconsider everything you have said. A young boy simply cannot understand correctly the science of devotional service to Krishna. Jai Shri Guru Gaura Chandra Arju Ki Jai. So he's saying, I was 5 years old. Of course, I don't understand anything. It's not that I did. Prahlad is protesting. I didn't know anything. I can't be praised for this. I was just a little boy, a child. Or maybe he keeps that for him, I don't know. So proper execution of devotional service requires mature understanding, since bhakti yoga is not only an external practice, but the natural employment of all the faculties of the self. As a general rule, young children, before the awakening of intelligence discrimination, cannot have the understanding required to engage in devotional service. There may be individual exceptions in the highly cultured families of sages and saintly devotees, but Prahlad, considering himself an uncivilized demon, would hardly claim to be such an exception. What are you laughing about?
Prahlad Maharaj saying that.
It's so lovely, right? It's so lovely.
Very, very humble.
Yeah. He's saying, I was just an uncivilized child, the son of a demon. Why are you praising me? I couldn't. And he's thinking this way, actually. It's a very astounding thing. All right, so we'll stop here, and then we will hear Prahlad Maharaj's wonderful response to being praised by Narada. He can hardly stand it. He's very embarrassed. He's thinking, oh, Narada must be teasing me. So, yeah, very nice, so many nice pastimes that we got to remember today and hear about and the pastimes of the Lord are, there's no counting them. But we get to hear one or two. This incident, and then this, and they're all so wonderful. But this is going on constantly. There is nothing about the Lord that is not astonishing. His movement from one tree to another, there are pastimes going on that are astonishing. Every movement of his is astonishing. Every movement of his eyebrows is astonishing. Astonishing, of an infinite character. So here we're hearing something, and it's like, oh, and these histories have affected the hearts of people for millions of years. Some of these histories are millions of years old. Some of the histories we hear are from not this creation, but the previous creation. But they've been given to us through the hearts of great personalities who are aware of all of these pastimes. So it's all astonishing. But one thing is the steady and wonderful characteristic of humility of the Vaishnava. Humility, tolerance, and so many kinds of tolerance. Giving honor to others, and really not liking to be honored. Sometimes the Vaishnava guru will accept the honor of his disciple, and that is because that honor is going to his guru. But really, he's not keeping it for himself at all. He doesn't at all think that that's going to himself. But he is bringing his disciples to his guru, and that honor is going to his guru also. And we should always remember that. Whatever honor is coming is the property of our guru. Always. What else would it be? We don't have any individual property. Even those who have no honor for Krishna or the Vaishnavas, who think they have so much property and are so proud of it, they'll lose it in a total twinkling of an eye. It's never ours. The jiva is not the possessor of anything. And that is a really glorious quality of the jiva in some way, because it shows the wonder of the affection of Krishna. He becomes so wealthy in devotional life, so wealthy that the jiva can subdue the Lord with pure love. We cannot understand these things, but it is a fact, and it's being taught to us again and again and again. That is the quality of pure love, but then what kind of love will that be? We will take time, maybe many, many lifetimes, to come to that stage. And we're ready for that. Those lifetimes are going to pass anyway. Not like we're going to avoid that. But more than that point is the point that we have such prospect. And that's the one thing we can keep. When the soul who has practiced devotional life leaves his body, he is keeping the treasure in devotional life that he has accumulated. And that will continue. How wonderful is that? Any questions or comments anywhere? Maybe online or anything?
I'll check. Online, let's see.
Any comment?
They're saying Dandavat, but no question.
Jai Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita ki Jai, Sri Sanatana Goswami ki Jai. Hari Bol, Jai Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki Jai. Hari Hari Rama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hare Rama Krishna, Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshaya Namaha.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shimadhu Siddham.
Gopal Govinda Ram, Madhusudan.
Girirari Gopinath Varanama.
Girirari Gopinath Varanama.
Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra. Radha Shiva Sari Gaur Bhakta Jai Rupa Sanatan Gata Raghunatha. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha. Hey Jai Gosai Kori Charana Vandana. Jai Te Vignana Savista Purana. Hey Jai Gosai Tamuri Jayadasa. Tasvara Parenu Mora Panchagra. Tasvara Parenu Mora Panchagra. Tandra Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanivasa. Tandra Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanivasa. Janame Janame More Abhila. Janame Janame More Abhila. Hey Jai Gosai Jabe Bhaje Koirava. Jai Gosai Jabe Bhaje Koirava. Hey Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prabha. Shri Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakasha. Anande Bolo Hi Bhaj Vrindavan. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan. Shri Guru Vaishnava Paramajayama. Shri Guru Vaishnava Paramajayamana. Shri Guru Vaishnava Parapatna Koriya. Shri Guru Vaishnava Parapatna Koriya. Hari Nam Sankirtan
Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jai Sri Guru Gopinath Ki Jai, Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhanju Ki
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Srila Bhakti Siddhar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Sannyasi Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Nam Acharya
Haridas Thakur.
Srila Haridas Thakur Ki
Jai.
Jai. Jai Sadgoswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Parshad Sriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai.
Jai.
Saparshad Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda
Radha Kunda.
Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Tadi Sakamat Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission Ki Jai.
Jai.
Kol Kartal Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Sri Jagannath Sri Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Ju Ki Jai.
Jai.
Hearing about so many wonderful things. Sri Narada Muni Ki Jai.
Jai.
Sri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Sri Nishingadev Ki Jai. So many wonderful things. Sri Pitambar Ki Jai.
Jai.
All right. Nitai Gaur Premanandi.
Hari-bol.
Hari-bol.
Party.
Hari Bol.
So, then, therefore, the wonderful devotees that have left a comment today is Vima Krishna Prabhu, Ganga Lila Didi, and Kumkum Didi,
Jai Dandavat.
offering their obeisances.
Dandavat. Very happy to have your association. Hari Bol.
Dando
Jai Gurudev, Jai Guru Maharaj, Jai Shri
Srimati Lekha Didi ki